Happy Monday and welcome back to my channel. So today's December 6th, which means that we're 2 weeks away from the end of the semester, and honestly, I can't really believe that. I feel like the semester has just like totally flown by. But what that means is that it's finals time, and so things are about to get really crazy for me. So I'm definitely sorry in advance if this vlog is a little bit chaotic, but I'm gonna try my best to record as much as I can over the next 2 weeks. Anyway, I'm now heading to CAD, so I'll see you there. In my Photoshop class, I continued to work on my collection of silly Christmas prints. I finally finished indexing all of my watercolor paintings and could start playing around with them to see what kind of patterns I can make. Here are some of my experiments, some of which are definitely better than others. Then, in screen printing, I spent the class period making my final print using my silly flower screens, a pink and yellow linen fabric, and the inks that I mixed and tested last week. My teacher was not crazy about my flower design. In terms of the technical stuff, I accomplished the assignment exactly as he wanted, but he wasn't really a fan of my creative decision to give my flowers faces. But I really like my design, and I feel like it's really me, so I'm standing by my grumpy flowers. Here are all of the fabrics that I printed with these screens over the past few weeks. And here are the 2 colorways that I'm picking to submit to the teacher. The next day, after my long Japanese class, I spent the whole night in the weaving studio working on weaving number 3 for my woven collection inspired by the film The Young Girls of Rochefort. This is my sample woven with tapestry techniques, which, if you've seen my past weaving videos, you'd know that this is my absolute favorite kind of weaving. I decided to combine 3 different tapestry techniques in this project: clasped weft, supplemental warp, and traveling inlay. About halfway through my weaving, I took a quick break for a vending machine dinner. And then my tapestry sample was finally done. I wanted to capture the movement and the energy of the character dancing with her trumpet, the pink vertical lines of the room's interior, and the festival banners in the background of the image. After cleaning up, I grabbed a real dinner on my way back home.
I am so cold!
Wednesday was another very long day spent in the painting room. I started by planning the background color for my pitcher plant print on my iPad. I couldn't decide between a light color or a dark color, so the teacher had the class vote, and the light color won. After a quick soup break, I spent my 3-hour nature studies class painting a graphically designed version of my guacamole-themed still life. Yes, I started and finished this whole new painting in the middle of the day. I then went right back to working on my pitcher plant print again, with the goal of finishing it that evening. I ended up spending another 5 hours filling in the background and adding in all the little details in gouache paint. And then it was finally done, and honestly, I am extremely happy with how this painting turned out. After cleaning up, I finally went home. I spent all morning working on my Christmas print again, and then I went to my afternoon CAD class where I continued to work and got some teacher feedback.
Hi everybody! So today is Thursday and it's finals week, so I have to stay late and read. And Sophia's in the back there painting. Okay, let's get started! Yeah!
I think you can probably tell how tired we are. I spent this whole night working on the final woven sample for my collection, which was an action plane. This is basically a weave that doesn't have a design of any kind and just reads as an all-over texture. For this weave, I was inspired by the shiny brass instruments hanging from the ceiling, the color of Gene Kelly's suit, and the green dresser behind him. So I created a glittery fabric that captured all of the color and sparkle of this image. And now that all 4 samples were finally done, I can finally cut my projects off of the loom. Later on in the video, I'll show you my final presentation for this project and better photos of my designs. Good morning, happy Friday! So I haven't been recording all that much this week just because finals have been absolutely crazy. I've basically been pulling like 7 a.m. to midnight hours and have just been working absolutely non-stop. I've been getting a lot of things done and I'm pretty happy with a lot of what I'm making, and I'm excited to show you how everything wraps up by next week. Anyway, so now I'm heading to campus and both my orchid print and my petroplant print are due, so we're actually gonna have 6 straight hours of critique and presentation, which is gonna be exhausting, but I'm excited to finally be done with those projects, to show the class how my work turned out, and to see everyone else's paintings. So that should be fun, and I'll show you how it goes. Our professor surprised us with homemade peppermint brownies, which were amazing.
Hi everybody, so today is Friday and we just did our critique and this is my floral design.
And here are both of my finished paintings. Afterwards, Sophia and I wanted to treat ourselves to a fun evening to celebrate finally finishing these projects, so we went to the Union Square Christmas market and ate tons of food. Sophia also got a pair of mittens, which we shared for the evening, and then we went to my apartment and started watching Princess Jellyfish. Hello, happy Monday! So I'm currently on my way to my screen printing class where we're doing our final critiques for our projects, so after today I am done with screen printing for the semester. I pretty much spent every single possible moment that I could this weekend sitting in front of the computer working on Photoshop, working on my weaving presentation. I was just getting as much done as possible, and I'm definitely completely exhausted. So I still have a lot more to do by the end of the week. Things are slowly wrapping up, which does feel good, but yeah, I'm definitely just tired. So I'll show you how today goes, and I'll try to take you along the best I can for the rest of the week, but it's probably gonna be just as crazy as last week, so sorry in advance. Hello again. So that definitely did not go as expected at all. So someone in my class tested positive for COVID, which is a huge bummer. And now everyone is absolutely freaking out. She's fine. She's asymptomatic. She just can't come to class for the next week. And now no one else wants to come to class for the next week, even though we're all getting tested. So far, everyone's come back negative, including the teachers. But it seems like the rest of the semester might just fall apart. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen just yet. Our screen printing teacher ended up canceling our critique. We just handed him our stuff and then left for about 2 hours while he kind of graded everything and then handed it back. Obviously, we should all be putting our own health and the health of others first and foremost, but I will say I'm a little bit bummed that we might not get like an actual conclusion to this semester, because like, I don't know, I want to see everyone's work. I want to share my own work. I want to feel like this semester has come to an end positively and not on like this like negative panicky note. So I guess only time will tell what will happen, but it's just kind of, it's getting even more stressful somehow. Anyway, I'm now heading home. I have to study for Japanese. I have to finish my weaving presentation. It's gonna be a very long night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Tuesday. I'm now heading over to campus for my Japanese finals, so wish me luck. Hello again. So I finished my Japanese final. I got some Korean fried chicken and boba, and now I'm heading over to my weaving class where I'm finally turning in my weavings inspired by the film The Young Girls of Rochefort. So I'll show you how all that turned out. The professor decided to give us a choice of whether we wanted to come to the critique in person or show up remotely, so of course almost everyone opted for the remote option. This was the presentation that I shared with the class, which includes a bit about my inspiration, photos of my sketches and weaving brainstormings, and my final weaves. Then, after 3 hours of listening to everyone's presentations, I turned in my samples and was finally done. Hello, happy Wednesday! So I'm now heading to my nature studies class, which turns out might be my last in-person class of the entire semester, which is kind of unexpected, but also a little bit expected at the same time given how this week started out. So I, along with the professor and a bunch of my classmates, tested negative, so we do feel comfortable going into the class, but a lot of people are not feeling comfortable going in, and I think they're also just like over the semester. So a lot of people are gonna stay home. It's gonna be kind of a weird class, but it should be fun. I still wanna go. It's just like a way to feel like the semester is coming to an end and not just like abruptly finishing, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I'm going to class. We're gonna do a quick painting exercise. Then I'm gonna pick up all my work from this class from the semester, which should be kind of fun to see all in one pile. The professor brought in huge bouquets of flowers for us to practice free-form expressive painting, which I had a lot of fun with. It felt really good to just throw paint around and have fun being loose and messy after all this time that we spent so meticulously painting this entire semester. Sophia and I then decided to go out for a super quick dinner at Koreatown because we needed some motivation for the long night of work ahead of us. So we grabbed Korean corn dogs, sundaes, boba toast, and caffeinated drinks to load up on sugar and energy.
Oh, yeah!
Hello again, so I'm now heading home and I'm really tired, but I have a lot of CAD homework to do for our critique tomorrow. I'm currently carrying so much stuff. I have more portfolio, which is filled with all my works from the semester. I have some boba, I have some flowers, I have a backpack full of dumplings from H Mart, so I'm carrying a lot, but it's fun stuff, and I'm just in like a really good mood. The teacher was really sweet. She bought all these flowers for us to paint, and literally me, Sophia, and 2 other people were the only ones that showed up. So at the end of the period, we had all these flowers, and she was like, just take them. What am I gonna do with them? So Sophie and I made these huge bouquets for ourselves to take home, which was really, really nice. So I'm excited to put them in my room to make things a little bit more lively and bright. And yeah, I'm gonna be working really, really late tonight. So I'll see you tomorrow. I then pulled my first and only all-nighter of the semester. Well, I mean, it was almost an all-nighter. I was up until around 5:30 in the morning working on my prints, my texture maps, and my presentation for my CAD final, which was all due the next day. These texture maps alone took me many, many hours to make. And here's how my final presentation turned out. I wanted to create a Christmas collection inspired by my family's holiday tradition of making silly Christmas cookies, which always features sunbathing Santas and gingerbreads in bikinis and swim trunks. We needed to create 2 colorways, so I created a Christmas gingerbread cookie colorway and a winter sugar cookie colorway. And I wanted my prints to fully embrace the silliness and tackiness of a tropical Christmas celebration. After presenting my Christmas prints to the class the next day, I was officially done with the semester. And Ryan and I went to buy a teeny tiny Christmas tree as a celebration. Hello again. So I'm now a couple days into winter break, which means that I have been sleeping nonstop for the past couple days to try to catch up from all the craziness that you just saw for the last 2 weeks. I just wanted to end this vlog by saying thank you so much for joining me on this semester's art school adventures, and I definitely plan on continuing this into next semester because I had so much fun recording all these experiences and sharing them with you, and I definitely want to continue on throughout my FIT journey. So if you want to see what I'm up to next semester, I'm going to be having all new textile classes at FIT. It's going to be another crazy, chaotic, packed semester, and it should be a lot of fun. So hit that subscribe button to see more, and check back in around February-ish. I might post a couple videos between now and then, but I'm also really tired and in need of a break, so I can't make any promises. Anyway, thank you so much for following me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy holidays!